Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks in the Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live free plays for today's card. And on today's show, I'll picks here from the NBA, a 7-game card from NBA. Also, college basketball monster Saturday card. We'll have 4 blocks for you here on this NBA card as well. Expect El Nino's coming in soon, so we'll have some NHL as well for you here on the show. And guys, what we'd like you to do is give us that that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. We'll have a build up our audience when you do that. And of course, we welcome your picks in the chat for each block there. And all we ask you guys to do is just keep it respectful, so you can put your picks along here as we go through the games here for you. So appreciate that with your contributions in the chat as well. And let's say hello to Chris. El Nino should be on his way soon. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. I had one play yesterday. It was the Suns, and they couldn't get it done. I guess Atlanta got it there in the end. But it's only there. And then I had a goal scorer, I think. So just kind of a light day there. Just ready for today's big card to get to it.
Yep, I was 1-1, but hit the best bet yesterday with Ohio State getting all those points against Michigan. So Michigan once again not covering spreads. But I'm kicking myself. I wanted Denver so bad, but I was worried about the status of Murray. That's what kept me off of it, and it was just too late in the betting cycle for me to make a move on that game. But yeah, the Denver gets it done again. I don't know how they're doing it. Well, they got a lot of depth on their team, and sometimes these late bloomers that were draft picks from a year, 2, 3 years ago, they mature. They mature into the position. So we've seen some of the late bloomers in the NBA making an impact this year as well. So we'll get to the NBA, a 7-game card, a block of 4, a block of 3. We'll get started here with the Wizards and Hornets. We got the Hornets here laying 11.5. This has jumped about a point since about an hour ago. There are some 11s in the marketplace, total 233. Knicks and Sixers, game 1 of the ABC tripleheader. Knicks are dogs here. Philly won a total 227.5. Warriors and T-Wolves here in game 2 of the tripleheader. We've got T-Wolves 5.5, 6, total 237. And then we've got the Cavs and Magic here. Here we see the Orlando Magic here laying 2, total 227. In this one, we'll take a look here at the injury reports here for this first block of games. Washington and Charlotte, well, we got Bagley, Coulibaly, Johnson, Vukcevic, Trae Young out for Washington. Middleton is questionable. On the Hornets side, no Plumlee, no Simpson. Miller and Kalkbrenner are both probable. Knicks and Philly, Towns questionable. On the Philly side, Embiid and George here probable. Could be a clean injury report for Philadelphia in this one. We go to Warriors and Timberwolves. And in this one, we got Seth Curry out, Kuminga out as well. Got that injury last game. Shannon out for Minnesota. Cleveland and Orlando. It is Garland and Strus out. Mero doubtful. And for Orlando, no Castle. Of course, Franz Wagner is out there, not in Germany. And then Suggs here is probable. We get started here with Chris.
Definitely a game probably staying away from, but there's the Wizards Hornets. That just looks ridiculous to me. 11.5 there, both sides of that. If you got to lean aside, take the Wizards there. That's a lot of lumber to lay there for the Hornets. But anyway, we'll probably leave that one alone. If the Sixers are fully healthy, I'm going to take them at home. We'll watch that injury news with everybody that's on there, George and Embiid. So we'll watch that. But slight lean to taking the Sixers to get it done at home. And then as far as the Warriors, Minnesota, I'm going to take the Timberwolves at home. As long as it's clean injury report, Ant's in there, should be able to get it done against this Warriors team.
There we go here from Chris. Say hello to El Nino. What's going on in your and then tell us what you got in this first block.
Not too much. Not a 1-1 day yesterday. They unfortunately dropped our best bet and end up hitting a steam play in the NBA. Of course, as I was saying, those long-term 2-point cap per pass is always the best way to go there because we get a lot of good information late that could really tip us more to one side than the other. Anyways, back to today's card. Looking at these early games here, we did 4, right?
Yes, we did.
All right, so yeah, I agree with the Wizards there. I think it's just too many points for the Hornets to be laying against anybody. I get it; the Wizards been terrible, but if you like the Hornets, I'd rather do that. Win both halves. Bet and again, seeing even money for that, so that might not be a terrible look as they've been playing the much better basketball. But I'm not ready to lay double digits with them. Knicks Phillies looked at this total here. And let me see any updates on Cat. There's still just a toss up here. Looks like a 50-50 here for him to play. If he does play, I do like this over quite a bit in this one. And again, if he doesn't play, I still kind of lean that way either way, but I really like it much better as if he plays, he's more of an offensive big than a lockdown defender there. And moving on, Wolves Warriors should be a pretty good one. But again, with the latest injury news there for the Warriors, I got to lean to the healthier Timberwolves squad at home here. I know they've been absolutely terrible, so can't blame anyone for trying to take a shot at some plus money against them. But anything 6 or less, I'm leaning towards the Wolves to cover here.
There from Al Ninas, we'll say hello to Solo, and he'll give us the first four from the NBA.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. Happy Saturday. Let's make some money. I'm looking at this game with the Wizards and the Hornets. Early start, two young teams. I think these guys like to hang out a little bit. I think I'm going to take this total under. I don't think they're ready. A little too early in the daytime. Knicks and the 76ers. Knicks kind of banged up. I think we take Philly at home. I think Maxey comes to play. I'm not sure about Embiid, but I actually like him better without Embiid. I think Maxey kind of has the ball a little bit more, able to kind of move around and spread it around as he gets and goes. Don't really like a lot of points in this game. The Knicks kind of struggled. I probably look at the under as well. Cavs, and are we doing the Cavs in Orlando?
Yeah, that's the last one in the block. Yep.
Yeah, really just haven't really been super impressed with Orlando. Cavs kind of won, I want to say, back-to-back games. They haven't looked great, but I think they get this game. Let's take the points with the Cavs.
There from Solo. Say what I think of here about some of these games here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and look to take the points here with Washington. Charlotte is a 7-13 home team here, laying almost over 11 points. I just can't do it. I know it's the Wizards, but they have been defending the 3 over the past 2 weeks. Hornets just a 4-4 spread team over their past 8 there. So Wizards have covered 2 of 3 with good defense. So I'll look at Wizards in that spot. Yeah, I agree with Philly here. It looks like we may be a clean injury report with those 2 probables in there. Sixers have been defending a little bit here over the past 3 games. But New York has missed the cover in 15 of 19. I'm not going to count that Nets game. Nets just didn't show up in that blowout game where they scored 66. But yeah, I'll look at Philly here. This is an ABC game as well. ABC with a triple header today. Just to note there, the New York 8-12 on the road this year with a -2.5 net rating. Yeah, I don't like to look at the Warriors without Jimmy, so I'm going to take Minnesota. I know it's a risk. I know it's risky anytime you're dealing with Minnesota and laying, but I just don't like to look at this Golden State team there. And of course, we know Butler. Did I go through the injuries? I don't think I did go through. That's right. Butler, as we know, out. They did not look good there without him. A loss here to the Mavs, and then they got blown out by I believe it was Toronto, if I wasn't mistaken there. I'll take Minnesota there. Yeah, this Cleveland game, really. I think Cleveland may be out turning around a little bit here. I'll look at Cleveland here. Franz Wagner out again. They need him on the court. With him out, the team has struggled shooting the basketball. They can't make threes very, very well. Magic has failed to cover 8 of 11 with poor shooting. I know it's a back-to-back spot, but I'll take Cleveland here getting points here. I think this team is maybe they've turned it on here. Now we have passed the halfway mark now in NBA. This may be their time to shine. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Close out with these final 3 in the NBA. Celtics and Bulls. It's the Bulls favored here, 1.5, total 230. Of course, the Celtics, the back-to-back team, played 10 extra minutes last night. They may have a factor in that line. Lakers and Mavericks, your ABC game. This will all cameras on this one. We know the situation there with Luka going back to Dallas. It is Lakers 3.5 and 4 is popping up, total 233.5. Heat and Jazz, front end of a back-to-back for Miami on this road trip. Their favorite 6.5 on the road here, total 246. Looks like you need your track shoes for this one. Bring your track shoes, the way they put the line out there today. Here, we'll take a look here at this injury report for Boston. It looks like just Tatum out. Minute is questionable. White is probable for Chicago. Collins and Jones are out. Williams, Obrich, and Giddey are both probable for the rested Bulls team here. Lakers and Mavs, Reeves and T-Rose still out. For the Mavs, Davis, Irving out. Cisse is questionable. Gafford here is probable. And it looks like, Trey Thompson will be coming off the bench in this one as well. Heat and Utah, it will be Hero, Rozier, Ware out for Miami. Norman Powell, seems like he's always questionable, but somehow he finds his way in the lineup. He's questionable. And then we've got Mitchell here, questionable as well. Larson, probable. For the Jazz, no Love, no Nang. Nurkic, doubtful. Markin in there is questionable. Let's see what the story is in Markin, and they need a shooter like that. But you got Ace Bailey in there. He can put up some points. So can
George.
Sensabaugh. Kaishan George is a late bloomer as well coming in here. But, Markin has missed some games here. He's missed, 6 DNPs. 7 DNPs in his last 8 for Markin, but he's questionable. Illness and reconditioning. That must be some illness, man. It must be some. Who was that guy on Chandler Parson says, whenever you see illness, that means they drank too much the night before. That's not me. That was Chandler Parson on one of those podcasts, on that DraftKings podcast.
I came up with that theory.
I don't know. Chandler Parson lived it. He lived it. He knows.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he knows better than I do.
Yeah,
I just never heard him say it.
He says that. He says whenever you see illness, it's alcohol related. So he must have some alcohol poisoning, I guess. That's what's going on there. All right, there we go.
Maybe more serious, but who knows?
And he didn't get any pushback from Barnes and those other guys that are on. Those guys would give pushback if he wasn't right. Those guys just grinned and
They don't want to open that door.
They don't want to open that door. That's right. They certainly don't. There. All right, so we got you through the injury report. We started off with Chris.
Yeah, look at this Celtics Bulls. We do have the rested Bulls team. Giddy maybe back in there. If he's back in the lineup, that's a good thing there. So I'll take the Bulls at home there. Just a little bit more rest. The short number, -1.5 there. That's what I've got. Lakers Mavs. Lakers about to be on an 8-game. They're on an 8-game road trip right now. It's the 3rd game of it. Dallas has just been covering. They've just been finding a way 4 of the last 5. So I'll take the points there with Dallas. I think this is going to be a competitive one here, especially Luka coming back. I don't think it's as much hype as it was last year when it happened. I think it's all died down, but I still take the points with the Mavs. They're just covering better, and the Lakers have been on the road here for a couple games, about to be on there for a couple more. So we'll do that. The Heat also on the road for a while now. I don't think there's any defense played. I think this is 245.5 for a reason. I think we get up and down. Keontae George shooting ball very well. Ace Bailey finding a way. Sensabaugh kind of struggled a little bit last game, but you can't doubt what Keontae George is doing. So we'll take the over in that game.
There from Chris, just a note for tomorrow. They look like Booker limped off the court last night, so just to keep an eye there for tomorrow. On over to Alnitas.
Yeah, not too much here in this block for me. Maybe it's really not a big free play slot for me. Sorry, guys. Trying to come up with a play here. Maybe a small lean towards. I guess you'd have to wait for this injury report too, because if Markkanen plays, I kind of would lean to the Jazz there. I don't think the Heat have just been playing well enough to cover this number here on the road, and they are dealing with some injuries as well themselves. So again, this might be more of a happy hour special, but maybe a slight lean to the Jazz there.
Yeah, from Alnitas on over to Solo.
Lakers and the Mavs, and Lakers really aren't playing good ball right now, so I can't lay it. Mavs actually been covering a couple of games. I think this pace is slower. I just really don't like the Lakers offense. I'm gonna take this total under. Heat and the Jazz. I actually like the Jazz at home. I'm still on the train. Give me the points with the Jazz.
There with Solo. Tell you what I think about these games. I'll look at Chicago with the rest advantage. Boston had to play 10 extra minutes against Brooklyn of all teams. Brooklyn, a little spicy team. Their net rating is not bad at home. I was looking at that the other day, and I was thinking, wow, they're not that bad at home. And I made it a free play, though, yesterday with Boston. But Bulls have covered 3 straight with good shooting and the rest advantage. There's also a 3rd game in 4 nights for Boston, who had to play that extra 10 minutes yesterday. So I'll look here at Chicago in that one. Yeah, I agree with Solo. I can only take the points here with Dallas. They got it done against the Warriors. Mavericks have been making their shots here. LA over the past 2 weeks, giving up 49% shooting, 39% from 3. And they've been defending the 3-point line, this Mavs team. And Klay Thompson, you've been seeing him on the post-game shows. He's been getting some points. He's starting to shoot. Maybe he's trying to increase his trade value and to get to a contender. As Dallas's record, they're not going to really go anywhere this year. So maybe Klay can increase his chances of getting to a contender. I can only look at this Jazz team plus 6.5. This is a rough spot for Miami. Miami is just an 8-15 road team. What are they doing laying 6.5 in high elevation? I don't get it. They haven't covered 2 of 3. Bad defense. It is the front end of a back-to-back 4th game on this road trip. They got to go to Phoenix tomorrow. Maybe there's no Booker tomorrow in Phoenix. So there. But anyway, I'll look at the Jazz in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and hey, don't be afraid to put your picks in the chat. We welcome your picks, guys. So you're more than welcome to put your picks in the chat as we go through these blocks. College basketball. We'll do 4 blocks, like we usually do here on the weekends here, on the Saturday, I should say, when we have these monster cards. So in block 1, we're going to cover the games. We have early starts because of the weather situations here. 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll include the games here at 1:30 Eastern. So the 2 p.m. and later will be in block 2. So we'll be here at 11 a.m. Eastern time and include the 1:30 Eastern time. I'll just throw out some games here, some notables here. It has Ole Miss and Kentucky. Kentucky laying 10 at home. NC State and Pitt. NC State 6.5 on the road. Nebraska with that. Will that still stay there? We'll see. They're laying 5.5 at Minnesota. Here, Maryland is getting 18.5 at Michigan State. Wake Forest is getting 18 on the road against Duke. Vandy is laying points, 7.5, 7 at Mississippi State there. Georgetown getting 5.5 on the road at Providence. Villanova getting 11.5 at UConn. South Carolina here in this block getting 10 on the road at Texas A&M. Those are your notable games. St. John's and Xavier. St. John's going to be laying 8.5 at Xavier. So in block 1, we get started with Chris.
Yeah, we'll start with my Rebels in Kentucky here. Couple plays here. First off, give me the over. I think we see a lot of back and forth between these two teams. And then give me the points with my Rebels, 10.5 there. I think we do enough there to keep it within that. We've just been covering a little bit better than Kentucky has lately. Next one I'm looking at here, Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. Both teams 1-4 in their last 5, so I'd rather just have the points with Mississippi State there. Neither one of them really covering, so I'll take the points with the dog. South Carolina, Texas A&M. I've got 2 there. I'm going to take the points for South Carolina going into Texas A&M, and I'm also going to take the over. I think we see a lot of back and forth between these two teams.
There we go with Chris. Next up over to El Ninos. On mute.
Yeah, a couple plays for me here early, not too much. But I was looking at, start off with North Carolina, Virginia. 2 teams coming in, trending to the under here. And again, Virginia playing at a ridiculously slow pace, and North Carolina not playing particularly fast themselves. So I'll take the under in that one. And I was looking at Nebraska to come out and get the job done here over Minnesota as well. They're undefeated still on the season, including a 4-0 record on the road. So obviously haven't had too much trouble traveling again. Not in love with this Minnesota home record here, coming in at 9-2, but again, they don't host Nebraska every day, who's been shooting the ball extremely well from deep. So I'll lay it there with Nebraska.
There we go here with Alnias on over to Solo.
American and Holy Cross. I like American. Play with a slower pace. Kind of got some nice size on the block. Solid guards. They're aggressive on defense. I think they pull away from Holy Cross in the second half. Let's lay to 5. UConn and Villanova. I like Kelvin Willard. I think he has a nice little staff. He has good guards. Villanova competes hard. UConn is a nice, solid team. They don't really shoot the ball too well to me, especially from 3. Got a couple guys that can attack and kind of get it off the glass, but I think Villanova stays in the game. Let's take the points with Villanova. Georgetown and Providence. I like Cooley. I think Cooley got blown out last game. I think he weathered the storm. I think they'll be ready to play. I think the Hoyas are alive in this one, but let's take 5.5. And I think Texas beats Georgia. I haven't really seen Georgia beat anybody in the top 20. I see they're still ranked. They piled up some wins. I'm not really impressed with who they played, but you can only play in front of you, and I don't think they beat Texas today. I'm gonna lay it with the Longhorns.
There we go with Solo time. What I like to think about some of these games here. I'm gonna hit Nebraska on the road. Minnesota's missed the cover in 3 or 4. Just really poor shooting from this Golden Gophers team. This is a team here that doesn't really force turnovers defensively in conference. Nebraska has covered 4 or 5 with really good shooting. Minnesota just 13th in offensive efficiency in the Big Ten. They struggle on the glass. They don't make threes. This Cornhusker team 2nd in defensive efficiency in the conference. The whole teams, they defend the 3 ball very well. They shoot the ball well inside at 58% against the Big Ten and hitting 39% from 3. So I'll look at Nebraska there. I don't like what I'm seeing from Vandy. They're on a losing streak right now, failing to cover 4 straight. Really bad defense here. Getting a little better defense from the Bulldogs over the past month. But the issue here with Vandy is you're just soft in the middle when you look at defensively here for this Commodores team, giving up over 59% shooting from 2-point distance. So I think they're getting exploited inside. Give me the 7 points with Mississippi State in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tonics Morning Show as we go to Block 2 in college hoops. In Block 2, we're going to cover the games at 2 Eastern and go all the way till 3:30 Eastern time. So the games at 4 Eastern time and later will be in Block 3. So in Block 2, some of the notable games here. Let's see if we have any notable games. No, we do West Virginia, Arizona, but look at Arizona, 18.5 at home in that one. In that game, Oklahoma, Missouri. We got Mizzou, a 5-point favorite at home. Other notables we have here in this block: Miami, Syracuse. I know Mr. Whiskers will be a home dog in this one because Miami's laying 2.5 on the road in that one. In that one there, Virginia Tech, Louisville laying double digits, 13.5 in that game. UCF and Colorado laying 3 in that one in that Big 12 game. Iowa State 10.5 on the road in that one. Those are your notable games here. So in Block 2, it's the games at 2 Eastern time, and we include the 3:30 Eastern time. There, we start here with Chris.
The only one I've got in this, Oklahoma, Missouri. Missouri just not covering last couple of games here, where Oklahoma did keep it within the number there against Alabama. Of course, they've lost a few others there, but I'd rather have the points there with Oklahoma. Missouri's burned me a couple times there, so I'll take the 4.5 there. Slight lean maybe to the over, but I think the better play there is taking the points with the Sooners.
There we go here with Chris on over to Nino's.
Yeah, Weskers might be on Syracuse, but I had a little lean to Miami getting it done there on the road. Now, as you just mentioned, I was seeing 1.5. You're seeing 2.5, huh? Yeah, still on Miami here. I think they come out and get the job done there. I like George Mason over Rhode Island. This is one I left off the card last time they played. I thought I was going to put it in as a premium. Sure enough, they came in and got the job done. But I like George Mason to keep rolling here, having a great season so far. So I like him to keep rolling. And Illinois, Purdue. Now, a lot of trends and stats will show you, will point towards an under here. Two teams playing pretty slow and trending to the under, but 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two have gone over. So I ended up on the over now.
Yeah, Illinois, Purdue. They have another big one here. Looks like Purdue now up to 6.5 in some spots there. We'll move on over to Solo.
George Mason, Rhode Island. I agree with Al Ninos. Tony Skinner has a really good team. They play hard. They compete for 40 minutes. I think they pull away, get this one done. I like Iowa State to beat up on Oklahoma State. I know a lot of people on Oklahoma State. They look good early on. They didn't really beat anybody. Schedule starting to pick up. I think Iowa State pulls away. Let's take the Cyclones. And I like Sam Houston to pull away on Western Kentucky today. I think Sam Houston has really good guards. They can shoot the ball from deep. I think they pull away and get it done. Take Sam Houston minus 3.5.
There we go here from Solo. Tell you what I think about these games here. I like the Drexel Dragons here against Northeastern. Northeastern just not defending very well on the CAA. They don't rebound. They're giving up 42% from 3, 60% from 2-point distance, and they played already 8 games in conference. These are all conference numbers. It's been terrible. Drexel is the top defensive team in the CAA this year, holding teams to 24% from 3, 44% inside. That's a huge discrepancy in defense here. So I'll look at Drexel Dragons here at home covering that number. I'll take Harvard here, laying it against Cornell. Harvard's covered 5 of 7 with really good shooting. Big Red is playing terrible defense right now, failing to cover 3 of 4. Defense is off the rails here for Cornell.
Cornell can score.
That's all they can do defensively in the conference. Getting up 43% from 3, 62% from 2-point distance. And Cornell's played already 4 Ivy League games, and you're giving up 62% shooting inside. That's paper thin there. So I'll take Harvard more. Tommy Amaker teaches the fundamentals, both ends of the court. Cornell plays one end of the court. That's it. Give me the team that plays 2 ends. Give me the team that can play 2 ends of the court. I'll take Harvard in that one. I'll take the elevation advantage with Colorado here at home against UCF. The Buffs shoot the ball well at home, and UCF really struggling shooting the ball here over the past month, 31% from 3, but giving up 48% overall. That's not good over the past month. I'll take Colorado there. Give me the points with Illinois. That's a lot of points. I know the Purdue's missed a cover in 5 straight. Defense the issue, but you got the team in the Big Ten who is number 1 in offensive efficiency in Illinois. They make their threes. They make their free throws. They're 3rd and effective field goal defense against the Big Ten. And they've already played 8 games in conference. So these conference numbers are based on 8 games already. So that's enough for me to take them here. Field goal defense, Purdue 14th in the conference in defensive field goal defense here. And their problem too is that 2-point defense. 57% they're giving up in that game. Yeah, try to outscore teams, but once they find your weakness, they exploit it. Like these teams that are soft in the middle, like Vandy, Purdue, teams start to see, hey, these teams can't defend the paint. Go at them. You're giving up high 50s in 2-point shooting. You're not gonna survive this Big Ten conference or SEC when you're that bad in defending twos. I'll take Illinois there and that plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix the Morning Show. In block 3, what do we got here? Okay, in block 3, we got the games beginning here at let's see. Wait, did I forget one here? Let's see. I'm getting these blocks. I had a lot of games in this block. I had a 5 Eastern game, and I think what did I do? I want to give it here. Yeah, I do want to give it here. Right, it's a 5 Eastern game. Yeah, I have Portland State here plus the 2.5. Here again, I had a lot of games in this block here. Portland State plus the 2.5. This is the Vikings top in defensive efficiency in the Big Sky. They rebound, defend the 3. They defend the 2 very well. They're also third in effective field goal offense. 55% shooting inside Idaho against the Big Sky. They don't make their free throws. They struggle from the 3-point line. Also weak on the glass. They don't defend the 3 very well. Vikings have covered 7 of 8 behind good shooting and defense. The Vandals have missed the cover in 5 of 7 with spots of poor defense. I'll look at Portland State here at the plus price. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show as we continue here with block. What block are we in here? We are now in block number 3. In block 3, what are we covering here? We're covering the games here at 4 Eastern time, and then we go and include the games here at 7 Eastern. So the 7:30 and later will be the last block. So in this block, it will be the 4 Eastern and include the 7 Eastern. And some of the games here in this block will include here, whether it was Memphis, Wichita State laying 2.5. Aztecs laying 5 on the road at UNLV. Auburn and Florida 11.5 for Mr. Whiskers here against Ron Crawford's Auburn Tigers. You know who Ron Crawford's on today. Florida SMU laying Florida State and SMU laying 12.5. What else do we have in this block? That's notable. A lot of small conference series. LSU, Arkansas laying 11 in that one against them. The big rivalry game, Utah, BYU. BYU laying 18.5 against Utah in this one. Northwestern, UCLA. Well, UCLA just flipped over to a 7.5 point favorite now from 7. And now, and also we just saw 6 at BOL. Wow, we're seeing actually a 6.5. Oh, it was bought back to 7. So a lot of line movement on this UCLA game. Favorite at home here. Although I'm seeing 6 and 6.5 lighting up my screen right now. Northwestern getting some money in this game. Hey, they were impressive against SC, beating USC last time out. Mm-hmm. TCU, Baylor laying 4 in that game. What else do we have? BC and Notre Dame. Notre Dame laying 7.5 there. And that's your block here in block number 3. We get it started here with Solo.
I'm going to look at Kansas. No, that's 8 o'clock. I'm going to look at UC Santa Barbara versus Long Beach State. I think Santa Barbara gets out. I think they push the pace. I think these teams get up and down. Take this total over 144.5. I'm also led with Santa Barbara. Let me go over here. Let me move up a little bit. Games here. TCU and Baylor. Really like Baylor. I like the way Baylor played last game. I think they dropped it, but I think they play well at home. They've been solid at home. I think they get up and down. I lost the game here. My screen, losing my power here for some reason. I think Baylor gets it done. One more here. Auburn and Florida. I actually like Auburn today. I know Florida's strong at home. They've been playing well of late. I think Auburn finds a way to sneak in the back door. This is too many points. Give me 11.5 with the Tigers. McNeese and New Orleans. I think McNeese pulls away on New Orleans. New Orleans played hard early to start the season. Just don't have the talent, don't have the size. McNeese is well coached. Good guard play, solid bigs. I think this crowd is electric. I think they bring it. Everybody shows up, in-state rival. Let's lay it with McNeese. And, I like Oakland over Detroit Mercy. I think Oakland has good guards. They can shoot the ball from 3. They make the free throws, execute down the stretch. Let's lay it with Oakland.
Yeah, but so look, I got out of whack here, but we'll go back to Chris.
I'll go back to that Auburn Florida game. I think we can see some up and down on that. 163.5 is what I got. I do see it Florida could do a little bit more of the scoring there, but I do agree Auburn could come in there and sneak in with that 11.5. But I like the over between these two. I think we see 80, 88, maybe 90, somewhere total on both sides of that there. So we get up and over that. And then back and forth on this LSU game. I'm going to take Calipari and his boys at home. It's a big number to lay there, 10.5 with Arkansas, but I'm going to do it. Just like them better than I do LSU. So we'll take those two games today.
From Chris on over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, another team I liked last time we looked at them, and I believe I did share this one, just kicking myself for not putting it as a premium, was Stephen F. Austin there. Definitely got the job done. Their last one. They've been playing some real good basketball coming into this one. Great defense. So I'll lay it there with Stephen F. Austin over Lamar. I think they can win that one by 2 possessions plus. Murray State, Northern Iowa. Kind of looks like a short number here. Northern Iowa hasn't been terrible. 8-3 at home too, so definitely been good there. But I think Murray State comes in and gets the job done there, laying the small number. And that wraps it up for me in this block.
All right. I'll tell you what I like in this block. Yeah, I should have given Portland State in this block. This is when they went off. But anyway, as I said, I like Portland State in this block. Also, I'll look at Grand Canyon laying the number at Fresno State. Grand Canyon first in effective field goal defense in the Mountain West. They're defending 26% from 3, 48% inside, and they make 50% from 2, and they make their free throws. But Fresno State 11th in offensive efficiency against the Mountain West. They turn the ball over, don't make their threes. On defense, they're giving up 56% shooting from 2. Antelopes have covered 4 or 5 with good defense. You look at the last month, Fresno State 41% shooting, 31% from 3. I can look at Grand Canyon in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. We'll close out college hoops with the final block. The second block, the final block, the fourth block will include games at 8 Eastern and all the way to the midnight game with the Hawaii game there. That's your midnight bailout special there. Your Sunday bankroll builder for the football. So in this 8 o'clock block, you've got Kansas State, the rivalry game. Kansas, a road favorite of 4.5. What else do we have here? San Francisco and Gonzaga. Gonzaga laying 17 at home against San Francisco. Stanford here laying 4.5 in that one. Other games in this time period will be, let's see, Tennessee, Alabama, your big one tonight here. Alabama 6, total 167.5. And then Cincinnati, Arizona State. Boy, Arizona State's coach, expiring contract, looked like he's on his way out. I don't know if you saw his press conference. Did not look good. Really dejected after that loss against West Virginia. Hurley, yeah. That conference, he was almost crying, almost in tears. Yeah, very much in tears, almost in tears in that game. We got Cincinnati here on the road, 2.5. Total sits at 148. Now I've said that he's never felt as bad as he ever felt after that loss because he knows it's time limited there. Expiring contract, will have nowhere to go. Maybe a big West coach. That's his worry. And your midnight game, because people like midnight, Hawaii going to be laying 9.5 at home against Northridge in that one. Total 157. Last block, we move it on over to Chris.
Yeah, only one I'm looking at here, Tennessee, Alabama. Look at this total. I mean, Tennessee's been rolling along right here, going to overs, and Alabama, of course, we know what they do. But I mean, you look at these teams historically, what they've done against each other. 9-1, 9-1 to the under there. They play each other really tough there. So I'm going to go with that trend of 9-1 to the under. They're both 5-5 to the under when they meet each other, especially if Tennessee goes into Alabama, it goes that way. So all signs point to that way for me, so I'll take under 167.5.
There we go with Chris. Move on over to El Nino's.
Yeah, sorry, coming back to these games. A couple here for me late. We included the 7:30s in this one, right? If not, anyways, I've forgotten.
Yeah, 7:30s are included in this one. Yep.
Okay. So I like Grand Canyon there to get the job done over Fresno State. Just 2-2 on the road, but still having a much better season coming into this one. So I think they come in and cover the small number. Next up, kind of like Kansas there to get the job done over Kansas State. Again, just 2-3 on the road. Kansas State 8-4 at home, which was much better than their overall record. But again, I think Kansas can come in and win this one by 2 possessions. So I'll lay it there. And small lean to Alabama there at home over Tennessee. Just going to play the home court advantage there for Alabama, where they're 6-2. Tennessee having a pretty good season, but 0-3 on the road. So still looking for their first road win there. And I think Alabama can cover this number for us.
Yeah, with Alnito, it's on over to Solo.
Yeah, I agree with Al on the Kansas and Kansas State, but I'm going to get in and get out. I'm going to go that first half. I'm later -2 with Kansas. Kansas covered 4 straight. They're playing good ball. Like I said, on offense, they're just finding a way to give 22 the ball and get out the way. He can do it. Let's look at Cincinnati and Arizona State. Didn't see the press conference, but definitely been watching Arizona State. This team is quick. They don't have any size down low. They don't have any heart. I think Cincinnati is really aggressive. They play good ball. I think they'll speed them up, cause some turnovers. I think they pull away, win this game by more than 3.
There we go with Solo here. We're not liking this block. Give me Cal the Baptist. Take the point here. They've been a pretty good home team this year. Utah Valley in the WAC can't make their free throws at 68%, just 33% from 3. And they're giving up. And Utah Valley has not defended the 3-point shot well here in the WAC conference this year. Cal Baptist, number 1 in effective field goal defense against the WAC conference. And they played already 7 games in conference play, putting up those numbers, allowing just 45% from 2. So they defend pretty well. And a team that rebounds pretty well there as well. Utah Valley has missed the cover in 5 of 7. Defense is the issue. Lancers have covered 3 of 4 with good defense. I'll take Cal the Baptist here at that +1 in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Simona Show. We'll move our attention over to NHL. Of course, we have the Daily Dangle here with Rod coming up at 1 Eastern time, a complete rundown of the hockey with his crew. But in what we do in the hockey here in the mornings, we just ask the cappers, just give us what you got in hockey. So we'll start here with Chris.
Yeah, I got a couple of goal scorers that didn't make the hit list last night. We'll go with Anthony Duclair, Joel Eriksson, and Leon Draisaitl, and I will update those in the comments for you below.
Yeah, with Chris. On over to Alnitos.
Yeah, give me 1 second to get situated. Okay, starting off with this early one. Kind of like the Sabres there to get the job done in New York over the Islanders. They're playing some pretty good hockey here. It should be a pretty good game here with the Islanders on their home ice, but I think the Sabres will get the job done in that one. Lightning Blue Jackets. Lightning went deep. Did they win? Was it overtime or shootouts they went to yesterday? Shootouts, yeah, they went all the way to shootouts, so couldn't even get it done in overtime there. So a tough spot there on the back-to-back for the Lightning, but I'd still lean towards them to get the job done over the Blue Jackets there. I like Boston over Montreal there home. Some money's coming in on the Canadiens, so I guess someone disagrees with me. But again, this Boston team playing some pretty good hockey, so I'll lay it with the Bruins at home there. Jets starting to fall again. I was hoping to start backing them a little bit, but I think Detroit just been the more consistent team this season, so I like the value we're getting on the Red Wings there. And can the Kings get out their funk against the Blues? I hope they can. I'll be rooting for them. Not much of a play in that one, unfortunately. And maybe a small lean. Oh, there's not much value there at all. Again, another team that's been very inconsistent is these Oilers. I'd lean towards taking them on the -1 or in regulation, but again, just can't look at the Capitals right now. They've been terrible. So small lean to the Oilers in that one.
There we go with Ninos. We got you through our hockey segment. Now it's time for our Parlay Pro segment where our cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call in this segment. We started off here with Chris.
Yeah, we'll take the points with the Cavs, which I think is down to +1.5 now. We'll take the points with the Cavs. We'll take the Bulls to cover 1.5, and then we'll take the points with the Mavs at +3.5 for your 3-teamer.
I'm Chris. On over to Ninos.
Yeah, I've seen some 4s and some 4.5s pop up here for the Mavericks. I might have to hop on there too. But I like the Wizards getting all those points. Lay it with the Wolves. And I will go with the – let's take those Mavericks to wrap it up.
There we go. Here from Ninos. On over to Solo.
So 76ers money line, Wizards Hornets under 233.5. And let's lay -3.5 with Colorado Buffaloes.
Here we go. When the Zips playing again?
Zips got it done last night.
I know. They pounded. The rivalry game. They pounded them.
Monday.
Yeah. They've been money here.
Zip them up.
That's it. Zip them up. There. It looks like they're the team in the tournament there, the way they're playing. Although Miami hasn't gone away.
They're strong.
Yeah, they're strong. We could be looking at Miami. The question is, if let's say Miami lose that game against the Zips in the championship game, do they get them in with 1 loss?
They got to get in.
Yeah, they got to get in. 2 teams on the MAC. 2 teams on the MAC, they'll let them in. All right. I'll go with Sixers here with the Bulls, and I'll take the points with the Dallas Mavericks there. You're seeing 4.5 at Pinnacle, so there's some Laker money coming in. I don't know. We'll see how that rolls. All right. We got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into a big weekend of action. Of course, we got the big football games tomorrow. It's a good time to get that 3-day pass because that'll take it through Saturday and Monday's action. Of course, guys, link in the description. That will take you right over to our site at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll find our best bets. That's where our premium plays are. Best bets that, of course, are up there, as well as all the cappers records there to show you guys on leaderboards doing great work. Chris putting up some really good numbers here up on the site as well, up at the NBA. Let's see what Chris has for sale today over at Tony's Picks for this Saturday.
Yeah, I got you guys a best bet in the NBA. I've got you 2 plays in college basketball today, both in the SEC. I will have you a third one before the top of the hour to get you a 3-pack in the SEC basketball today. So be looking for that. But yeah, hop on something long term. If you guys hopped on something this weekend, you're going to get the NFL playoffs tomorrow. You guys are getting all the plays today, all the late steam action. If any of these lines were to change because of injuries or what have you, you'll get all that information. So hop on something there. 2-for-1 capper. You guys see who's doing well. Pair us up together. Let us go to work for you. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%. And we're just going to keep trying to do well.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Got NBA Slam Dunk and best bet up there on the board right now. Remember, all of our 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchase will be credited back to your account. For side credits, that's profit guarantee. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscriptions also available as you scroll onto his screen. All right, let's take a look, see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks right now over on the site. With the El Ninos, El has put together impressive numbers here for the year. See him on top of the leaderboards as well. With El Ninos for the year, you can see the green across the screen from El. El, what do you got for sale?
Yeah, no green yesterday, unfortunately, but 1-1. I'll take it. Lost a little bit of juice. Try to do better today. So far, just the best bet in college basketball, if you want to check that out. But again, waiting on some injury news, waiting on some better lines. So again, hop on one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Should have at least 1, maybe 2 plays in the NBA as well today. Could get there in the NHL as well. A couple good spots today, looks like. So grab those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes and get all those team plays emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Got to go with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. Remember, all of our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we can handicap throughout the day and night, looking for those late winners for you. And those late steam plays are emailed directly to your inbox. Using the email used, we sign for service. Anytime we put a play in between 10 minutes and 2 hours worth of game time, they're emailed to long-term subscribers. So good time to get on board with El Ninos on that long-term subscription. Try them out for that 3-day pass and knock off $15 when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. And you'll include all the late steams, included on all long-term subscriptions at no extra charge. So get on board. All right, let's take a look, see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks today with Solo. Solo's been doing great work here up on the site. You can see in college hoops, he's been hitting it. Solo, what you got for sale? Oh, we lost Solo there. We lost him. That's where we went. I guess we lost Solo there. He was having some connection issues. So Solo has been strong here in college hoops here over the past 30 days. And we'll get to his page so you can see what he's got for sale right now over on the site. Let's pull it up right now. See what he's got for sale for this Saturday card. Because he did tell us he was experiencing some connectivity issues there, but I know he's out there in that area, part of the country was experiencing this cold weather there. But Solo today has got his best bet on the board right now from college hoops. He's been cranking in college right now. He's going to tackle that Houston and Texas Tech game. So get on board. Profit guaranteed with Solo on the best bet. Of course, long-term subscriptions, the way to roll. You can try Solo out for a 1-month pass. Apply the Tony T discount code to save you that 15%. Or you could match up Solo with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion, as you can see here by just selecting the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You pick your 2 favorite cappers and save 50% off the second capper. So get on board with Solo over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys, I have a best bet on the board right now over at Tony's Picks, as well as a 3-pack, 4 premiums for me today. So get on board and match me up with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony Hicks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience there. And when you do that, but I'd like you guys to head on over to our YouTube channel. Just type in Tony's Picks in the search, and there you're going to find a lot of content from our cappers as well as our live shows. So when you get to the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, anytime we're live, you'll see the live streams up here. Also, we have positioned the live streams right on the top of the page, so we can go back and watch any of our live shows. Of course, our night move shows here with Ramon and DeAndre, 3 a.m. each time, complete rundown of the entire card. So we've got a complete rundown here from night move. Still, all these plays are actionable, so check it out. And of course, the Look Ahead Show with Alessandro every day here at midnight Eastern time. Get ahead of those line moves with Alessandro. Also, Alessandro has a huge in this show, a huge UFC rundown. I think he has picks from all 12 fights. So check that Look Ahead Show there. Get the fight picks from Alessandro and more. Also covers all the sports, not just the fights, but that Friday night show. You're going to get those UFC picks in there, and he's got them in there on the Friday night show. So check it out with Alessandro there on the Look Ahead Show. Watch the replay there. Of course, Rod with the happy hour, Daily Dangle as well. The hockey show coming up here at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Morning show here as well. Happy hour during the week. So, guys, we've got 5 live shows right on the top of our YouTube channel. You guys can check them out and watch the replays there. Of course, my compilation videos are up there. Also, with the hit list, the props. Kristen with the hit list from the NHL. That's ready to roll. Of course, I'm pretty sure we'll have one tomorrow for football as we got the big games coming up as well. NFL in there. Look at Alessandro already in there with the football picks for you guys already jumping in on that. Conference championship picks from Alessandro there, up there as well. Our NBA, of course, we have our NBA playlist. College basketball playlist is hopping with our college basketball plays up there. A lot of shorts in there as well for myself and Ramon. NHL picks here for Ramon. He did the entire card from the hockey for you guys covered there on the channel. And also, so Alessandro also gave you 9 picks from the hockey card today, right there in the compilation video. So check it out there from Alessandro. Fight picks. We told you about the fight picks. 12 fight picks today from Alessandro. Covered the entire UFC card from early prelims to main prelims to main event. It's got you covered from Alessandro. 12 picks from the UFC today. Those are up there right now. Our videos and our shorts are also up there as well. Check those shorts out for you as well. A lot of great content. Of course, Chris, your hit list has been a big hit here on the channel. NHL, of course, everybody will look forward to the ones tomorrow as you'll probably at NFL.
Oh, absolutely. You guys will get a couple there tomorrow. I've already got some plays loaded up. I've got to type everything out there to get it ready for the NFL hit list tomorrow. But yeah, we've got 2 games. You'll have one from each side there, and then you've got 5 goal scorers out there. You've got 3 more in the chat today. You got you 8 on this big card today. So yeah, we'll keep putting it out as long as I've got data. You guys will have a video. Super excited for NFL tomorrow on the hit list there. You'll have a Super Bowl hit list. We'll dive into basketball once the Olympics take place and we get a little break from hockey, and then baseball will be back soon, thankfully, and we will have the home run hit list back again. So I appreciate everybody's support on all of the videos and everything. All the comments, love them. Keep them coming. Let's talk about it. Let's see who you guys want to take, and keep them going. And make sure you guys hit the like, the thumbs up, and support all the content there. Everybody's putting out great content right now, so definitely go support the channel.
So our channel, a lot of great content here on the channel. Guys, check out Chris's hit list. As I said, the best way to navigate our site is just start on the homepage, and that's where you'll be able to see all of our plays here as we organize them here in playlist. And, of course, right here is the props. Find Chris's hit list there. Of course, El Nino's here on the channel. We see some on demand, but you've been pretty much a fixture here on the mornings.
Yeah, definitely mostly morning shows lately, but again, keep tuning in early. Keep tuning into the other live shows as well, and make sure you check out all that other great content over at Tony Spick's YouTube channel.
Yep, a lot of live content here on our channel, guys. Like we said, we spread out the shows. We used to have 8 guys on the mornings here, so we gave guys some shows to spread them out a little bit. So we don't mind doing that. We'll have to do that again if we start to get, we get a lot of people here on the mornings. And someone said, "Where's everybody at?" Well, we had to give them their own shows. It was just 8. It was 8 guys, 9 guys sometimes. We just have 4 guys, 3 guys here on the mornings. That's good. But as we expand, we'll expand. So that's how we do it there. So guys, check us out here on the morning shows here on with El Nino's. You also see El Nino's as we clip some of the shows here. So they'll be on some of the, you'll see some of the shows as well as on clips there. So if you want to happen to miss some of your favorite show, part of the shows, we'll clip them for you there as well on the short section. So guys, a lot of great content here on the Tony Morning Show. Our short section has gotten huge here over on the channel. Lots of great content. Like, subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. Of course, appreciate everybody in the chat for you guys here joining us today here as well. I think this is a question for the chat. Our best bets are at TonySpicks.com. Of course, here is Ron Hahn with his plays for today. A couple of them for you guys there. Ron Hahn recovering there. Welcome as well. What else we have here? We got Helton coming in, asking a question to the chat. Suns are hot right now. Ron Hahn, looks like he's adding some two-teamers for you guys there. Cal Dog, always appreciate that. Glad everyone stays safe. Affected by the storm, stay safe. Glad you don't have to sweat out that survivor anymore. There as well. And Drew, of course, everyone hits up big today. That's right. Of course, we knew it was connection issue there with Verizon, with Solo there. 2 bets up from Ron Hahn there. 3-pack up there coming up there, so check him out there. Mendigo likes his Wolford here, plus to 120. And there, that's his show pick from Mendigo. Appreciate you there. That's not a show, that's the Brady Bunch. Okay, there you go there from our man Mendigo there. All right, guys, appreciate you guys. Can always put your picks in the chat. Appreciate the super sticker here from our man CLP 740 there. Yaz Los Rojas. Okay, there you go. Appreciate the super sticker there from him. All right, guys, we're back tomorrow here on the 20X Morning Show, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Like, subscribe. Any closing thoughts for me, guys, before we close it out?
Well, just be safe if you're in this area down here in the southeast. Make sure you're safe. It's starting to get icy, so be careful today.
Yeah, safe.
Sunny in Florida.
Yeah, sunny in Florida. It's sunny out here in SoCal as well. But everybody else, stay safe there in those driving conditions as well. Those truckers, we appreciate everybody out there on the road there. So we'll do it for today, guys. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's.